forgive him.
You murdered my husband. I have to tell my daughter every day and explain to her why daddy's not coming home.
Kirk is demanding a speedy trial in the case against her husband's accused killer, Tyler Robinson, after she claims his defense team is delaying proceedings.
Every single day, there's something new with Erika Kirk, and the latest thing going viral is a video showing Erika and her mother, Lori, celebrating with a man who looks strikingly similar to Tyler Robinson, the man accused of killing Charlie Kirk. Now, here's where things start to get interesting. Shortly after this video began making the rounds online, Erika filed a motion requesting a speedy trial in the case against Tyler. But hold on, didn't Erika publicly forgive Tyler just days after the shooting? So why is she suddenly pushing for a speedy trial for a man she claims to have forgiven? And why the rush to speed up her husband's request for an audit of Puza finances? Another point people keep raising is that speedy trial rights don't belong to victims. They belong to the defendant. Under Utah law and the U.S. Constitution, only the accused can demand or waive a speedy trial. Victims can't legally control the timeline. So why is Erika making a move that isn't even hers to make? Could this be another attempt to redirect public attention away from all the shady things Puza has been accused of? Because the faster Tyler Robinson is found guilty, the easier it becomes for Erika to say, "Don't look any further, and don't ask questions about Puza." But then there's that video. If the man celebrating with Erika's mother really is Tyler Robinson, why would he be anywhere near the family? Is Tyler just another actor in a setup? And if so, how deep does this connection go between Erika's family and the people involved in Charlie's assassination?
No, but Egyptian
Do you
plates.
believe that Tyler Robinson murdered your husband?
Yes, I do. Again, everyone always has to think there's more to the story. Well, sometimes there's not.
Yeah, well, no one's buying that part. There's clearly more to this story, and you don't have to be a conspiracy theorist to see that the official narrative doesn't add up. And now it just got even weirder. An old video from Erika's Instagram has resurfaced, showing her celebrating New Year's in 2018 with her mom, Lori France, and an unidentified man who looks a lot like Tyler Robinson. Now, to be clear, there's no proof that this is actually Tyler, but the resemblance is uncanny. What also makes it unlikely is the fact that Tyler was born in 2003, meaning he would have been only 15 in 2018. Some sources are now claiming the man in the video is actually Erika's ex-boyfriend, Cat Phillips. Either way, since many people firmly believe that Tyler Robinson is just a psyop, it raises a much bigger question: how was he chosen for this role? Did he have any prior connection to Erika's family or to Puza? Because what little we know about Tyler doesn't exactly match the profile of someone capable of carrying out that kind of assassination. A police body cam video from 2022 has also resurfaced, and in it, Tyler comes across very differently from the image being pushed now. He sounds awkward, almost goofy, uncomfortable, like someone with social difficulties who doesn't project confidence, calculation, or control.
Who's the driver? You the driver?
Yeah.
Can you tell me just really quick what happened?
I was coming this way and he's just passing through and he pulled out from here, or no, from there, I think.
Do you remember which lane you were in?
I was in one of those two lanes going this way. I think in the right, in the rightmost lane coming this way.
So now you've got a lot of people saying Tyler looks and sounds like the perfect type of guy to indoctrinate and use as the psy. Now let's talk about how Erika is suddenly trying to get this alleged psy locked away forever, or even put on death row. The very same man she publicly forgave just 2 days after he supposedly killed her husband.
Father, forgive them, for they not know what they do. That man, that young man, I forgive him.
So Erika forgave Tyler, but now she's suddenly filed a motion for a speedy trial and accused Tyler Robinson's defense team of deliberately delaying the proceedings. And by the way, do you know which lawyer Erika chose to represent her in this case? Jeffrey Neman, the same attorney who defended Alex Acosta when he helped Jeffrey Epstein secure that infamous sweetheart plea deal. Now here's the problem with Erika's speedy trial motion. Under the law, victims don't get to demand a speedy trial. That right is reserved for the accused. In this case, only Tyler Robinson can choose to speed things up or slow them down. So what is Erika's motion really about? You have to look at it this way: a fast trial isn't just a trial, it's a way to control the narrative. When a case moves quickly, there's less time for lawyers to dig into evidence, less time for investigators to track down witnesses, and less time for inconvenient truths to surface. A slow case, on the other hand, is dangerous for anyone with something to hide. Leaks can happen. Whistleblowers can emerge. Paper trails can get exposed. Time becomes a liability for Erika and Tpuza, especially since this motion comes amid growing pressure to honor Charlie's request for an audit into Tpuza's finances. And while Erika continues to ignore her husband's wishes, internet users and independent financial analysts have started digging on their own. What they've uncovered about Tpuza's finances looks even sketchier than expected. Researcher Exuser the Parzival did an in-depth breakdown and claims Tpuza is operating more like a multi-level marketing scheme. According to his findings, out of roughly $8.5 million in revenue, about $5.2 million went towards salaries alone, with another $2.5 million spent on conference events. In other words, Tpuza was paying themselves to promote themselves, hosting events for themselves and using those events to promote themselves even more. No one was actually buying tickets. Speakers would show up, push their propaganda, and try to drum up public support, but the real objective was almost always the same: money. Which raises a serious question: what does Tpuza actually do to advance the conservative movement? Because from the outside, it looks like the only people truly benefiting are the ones running it. And we're not talking small perks. Some of them are pulling six-figure salaries while the so-called movement they claim to support sees little to no real results. Maybe that so-called Freudian slip Erika made at Amfest wasn't a slip at all.
Despite the devastating loss of Charlie Kirk, my incredible husband at UVU, Caleb has persisted with the same grit. It has been a long day. Trust me, you're not a grifter, honey. It's all good.
Now here's another sketchy detail Parzival dug up about Tpuza's finances, and it's wild. It's not just that they were double-dipping revenue. Turns out, nearly all their assets are parked in publicly traded securities. Their 990 form shows around $63 million sitting in stocks, which makes up roughly 90% of everything they own. And that was before the most recent filing, which now claims $69 million in assets, so yeah, it's probably even higher. And it gets worse. A former Tpuza employee came forward and confirmed exactly this. He described how the organization's money was really being handled, and his account lines up perfectly with what the financials show. According to this whistleblower, Charlie had his suspicions about the money, but he had no idea there was an actual group inside his own organization actively working against him.
My name is Joshua Peterson. I worked for Turning Point USA and Turning Point USA Faith, and I knew Charlie Kirk personally. I want to say on the record that there was a inner circle at Turning Point USA that was constantly working against Charlie and his interests and what he wanted to do, as well as there was a Jewish influence in Turning Point that he was not very fond of, that he wanted to get rid of. He tried doing this, he tried creating a Doge department, and he gets assassinated. Another thing that makes me believe this inner circle was constantly working against Charlie was because of the fact that he had a whole entire branch of Turning Point that he had no idea about, and that was the stock market branch. Now, the thing about this branch is it's been getting millions of dollars poured into it over the past 4 years now, and that's been seen through their latest tax returns. This stock market group that Turning Point has been throwing millions of dollars into the stock market for the past 4 years now, and Charlie Kirk had no knowledge of that whatsoever. Now, if you also look into it a little bit deeper, if you look at the staff on that branch specifically, it says zero. It says there's nobody employed in that branch, yet they're pouring $5 million into funds for employees. Make it make sense. That sounds like money laundering to me. It sounds like there's some pyramid scheme going on behind the scenes at Turning Point that Charlie did not know about originally, and I think that he was planning to expose that, and that's ultimately what got him killed.
Now, one thing that really sticks out is the whistleblower's claim that Charlie didn't know any of this was happening. But how does that even make sense? He was the president. Shouldn't he know where nearly $70 million of the organization's assets were sitting? So which is it? Did someone inside TPUSA move money around and use Charlie's name without telling him? Or did Charlie know exactly what was going on and choose to stay in the shadows? Either way, it doesn't look good. And it's exactly this kind of detail that makes people start wondering what else is being hidden behind the scenes. And let's be honest, this is the real reason Erika is in such a rush for a speedy trial. She knows the public isn't buying, even for a second, that Tyler Robinson did what they're claiming he did. In fact, more and more people are pointing the finger at TPUSA itself and its donors. And now Erika is the new CEO of TPUSA. She knows that if people keep digging into the organization's mess, especially where the money actually goes, those donations won't keep rolling in for long. And honestly, even if you're unsure about Tyler Robinson being a psyop, the official story is still riddled with holes. There are too many discrepancies, too many unanswered questions, and far too much evidence that was mishandled, destroyed, ignored, or simply disappeared. Accepting what we've been told requires suspending common sense entirely.